mataka na turanga na marama eno matasawa eno nonre wanua na tena wasa kana wani
na bubale mbasi ka kina
rukutu kiwa
oi sabi ko masakit yung nakamunanga na pumunta sana wala sila sa mga tinto kung dapat sakit yung na tulang marami tiku sakana banua no turang on don mai ndam sa tu nangon turang na tisuba na buka wasa nangon turang na rokombaleni na to borwa wasa nangon turang na rokondele na mako korinda nangon turang na tu de kombia talang kasi wasa Suvavou Andam sa juga na turang marama minister ni Buli, na minister ni Mbula. Andam sa tal juga na buitalai. Talai bebu ke na turang na komisna. Ena nanto to sana. Andam sa juga na turang ke na marama. Tomanda ubia tokorwa sa katal na mga bibinaka na bikinda bagi katurang abo uno kinda bagi sa juga na boleh selesai pematentu ngusung daw sa juga na turang maram minista na turang na komisna ya todo sa rai bis boleh selesai pematentu randam sa juga nom don delen soso ng turang tusuwa usang ngusung daw sa juga na mga bibinaka nan ramai lagi cakap juga na non rakyat satu main non dondole di benua, mai bawa turang atas satar juga, na non dosong ko beru na lubenda, na mata kasangan isu ni kuah. Umar otak saya boleh benar nunggu mai ciko malu ekemuni na le di benua, na kena main dolar cakap juga na sobini bule Suvavou. Mai bawa butukan sakat dai na yala wa bawa dor ekemuni. Na baki ronon dolu jun kawalu. Endai sampai maru takana boli boli bau. Nandesi na dambe kina ngada lalai ni bi bakta buli di. Kacik na kini sau bukai labo nandonan rauli masau lundol nandola. Ena ngona saka ndola bikin ndola boli boli bau. Ang san dola batalenga na matani katum de binga una binaka bir na lubenda ali buni tal no binaka erengo dimbelata na idu kalawa sa bogador na nomni matentu ena buli rasa kani tal no takana no sa sangani bogadola tine tumtumu kenan daw ni be susu mena so mi duru Sena non rangangande ndo ngoni me do na buli tordake kasangani lengkataka na dur ni buli rasa kan tal no taka na be ka rabakila na kas ni buli sa bo ciku na non rabali bobo kami na kasar na non rangkaraba na itabi ena taundaku ni korleleu ena mataka sa dai unangan rabe me utal no taka matanga ndo na korni buli na Mbau Central College. Korubul sanggo orang may kira usaha nabe korkoro na netu cikina no wararota na non robuli. Betar na ngole kita sakat cikum bay no sori. Tar sakat cikum na korni bulingo na koroko turang mukan. Na tulus na ambag sauti. Na buno sa tiu kin na kuribule na ngonongo bonu lala sa katu na nomni matentu sanga itebu taka na taka ni tar kuribuli ni uchinga endo na mbaki na nungle indolaba arto sa taka bate tol no ngani buli martum buli endo na buru ni libuli basam-saba kabakatukai babalangi me model of a renewable energy system Na be kartu bakador na ngoni bulungo elaki bukabuna mertu tori ke naul ni do be bichi. Na be CCB kaputo kay na National Scholastic Competition. Kavo umbe kana kurni buli. Senga nertu yalo lelai na ngoni buli. Mertu be CCB be ir na ngoni buku. Na be CBT. Ertu bangat kana be ka be bakator da kita kini matentu na buli mera tu da biso sau na butura rani buli na tuku ngo na tuku ne be tal nota ke na dono ngon balabu na korni buli ke na be korkoro wala kata na rede sakati ni tambatu ko na nisubeba na ruan bakana mado sauti ngori na be ka ngandre bibir na ngone ke de biti ka kachakina kumni na ngoni buli na Suvavou Kindergarten na ital no ngori tibu na kana ngandre bi metare da kina non rambula na ngone ka yabutaki na kana bukator da kita kina buli ni sa susungir na ngone mere susumiyanga ene be singini mataka kasuli ebera na ngalala mera huli da kabanga takana no talenti esa rawa ninda baka nui na rawa tabi na non rambula na buke na bubale kara tarada ke na non da bonua ane tuk sangori wombo tani singnin dua na be pator de kita ke usibi na kana pator de kita ke na buli Eliu me binakan na rubuli. Eliu ni busata. Eliu me bakanira huli tunga na walwa koro. Andau ndaro tuna huli. Nindo na somate. Sendo na baka mau. Sendo na itubu-tubu ni koro. Yongo. Me bakan sa ndua na nondra wali buli bou. Na ngone sa singin dondo nuntali mendua. Na ibaka tatao ni huli. Ando na non rapal ni buli bou kasarao ni ra buka nunui na ngone mero buli enando todo kona ambaki kalau ngaca tu viti kina vita sarna matentu burubura ni asang ninda buka lebuki na matena COVID-19 kasa tiga butale na buli na be kurni buli na non tabunua ya na rebu ni dia ni mateng ko burubura se bakilai cunga na non tabunua endo na kena borita ki wa na non sa sing ni ado mai na do sarbanua asambol mboli lebuti ko kina matentu ndina ngani sutabiti ko nan rende bo ilabo ina matentu isa so matunga na non robuli na luventa ka singin do na matubu bale bokotola ti na sumi duru era obia o meu boritaka era obia yau ke retona no minister me musuki todo na kito isau ye me kuangani oni bokotola ti tale na tumbu ke na doni bisu na sumi duru ni buli ni ronga tani ne tubu elabo sanga talanga ni musu na kendri sau na bole sele mo tentu ni roka chichuki na nagas ni buli ngo mera rau ni ra o tabuli di binaka biro sanga na lubenda sabaka bakan jinjin takitu endai na daga ni tarakon ni buli ke na baka binaka tagi ni buli mbimbi dake kina matentu na no buli na ngane mena be ka kota mai na matele sango ena ngona rende sango ena tomana chuku na matentu na be buke wer na ngoni buli kera sanga na bubale endon singa ena la ko siviti kanda na matengo ena ngona sakaya arsa tu bakara utalanga na tampangone mera tau da na binaka ni nonda be bo tabuliti kanda sanga na tampango o sa kere sa kami bukan do tagi mga lang na nung buwasa Ritiku sango na ndo wole tuku merna to sa kain na kana vital no ataki. Nandolo sa kanisa ni buli Suvavou. I'm delighted to be here today for the opening of the Suvavou Kindergarten. The realization of a promise I made to your community in 2018. Today we celebrate that promise delivered in the form of $150,000 new school building, along with new desks, chairs and classroom equipment, all of which your students can proudly call their own. When we open new schools or school buildings, we open new worlds of opportunity for our young people. As I said in the Itauke language, there are many stories I could tell today of how our investment in education have changed the lives for our people for the better. I could tell you of the parents who have been freed from the burden of school fees, and of students who have chased their dreams of education unburdened by financial constraints. I could tell you of the teachers who, housed in newly built quarters, are able to bring their talents to rural and maritime pockets of the country. But as I said also, I want to tell you this morning about the story of the students of Mbau Central College. 3 years ago, Mbau Central College was an empty patch of cleared land. Then your government went to work building a new school campus that is now filled with bright young Fijians. Only one short year after opening, 3 of their students put their imaginations to work building an incredible model of a renewable energy system, which went on to earn them first prize in a national scholastic competition. Their school may be new on the scene, but that didn't stop them from going toe-to-toe with Fiji's best and brightest. They used their government's investment in their education to break ground on a new legacy of academic excellence, one that will carry on for generations. That is what we want for all of the children of Fiji, including the young students of the new Suvavou Kindergarten. Those stories all begin with investments in the education of young Fijians. When we build for the future, we set the new stage for their success and empower them to use their talents, their creativity, and their abilities to achieve great things for themselves, for their families, and for their country. For those reasons, I believe investments in education are the best investments we can make. And now that we've moved their students from the village hall into a school building of their own, their classes won't have to go on hold every time your community holds a wedding, a funeral, or other community gathering. Instead, they can count on this dedicated classroom building all year long. We are blessed to be living in one of the few countries on earth without a large outbreak of COVID-19, meaning our children can safely attend their classes. But the global pandemic raging overseas still has consequences for Fiji. Namely, international tourism is virtually paralyzed, and that has meant government revenues have taken a big hit. Regardless, our funding towards free education has continued, meaning no family in Fiji will have to pay school fees. And I can tell you, my ministers and I would fork out our entire salaries on top of the pay cuts we've already taken before we ever saw free education go away. We've also maintained civil servant salaries, including teachers, so they can teach, so they can focus entirely on the education of Fiji students. And as you can see today, we're pressing ahead with the constructions of new schools and the upgrade of school buildings, because our efforts to raise the quality of our children's education are far too important to go on pause due to this pandemic. So even in these wildly uncertain times, you should know your government support to students and their families will remain. And when the dark clouds of this global pandemic do one day part, our well-educated and inspired generation of Fijian students will be ready to take the most of the possibilities that await. And abis sa kanang ganing po saya, dami sa tsunang turun tusuran tal kasi Suvavou, dami sa tsunang bulangin, itu sa na bunwa. May mamatan tu tagi sa tsunang na kuruli na Suvavou Kindergarten na matakasan ko. Nasa huli ko.
Josaia